this is Renata back again with another video. Wanted to come to y'all today and talk about two topics: postpartum shedding and natural family planning. So, as you guys know, or as most of you know, I had a baby 5 months ago, and I have had a horrible experience with this postpartum shedding. Postpartum shedding has stolen my edges, y'all. I am shedding. Okay, so let me back up. I have locks. So those of you who know anything about locks is that your hair grows from not only the length from your head, but the hair coming out your roots and staying attached. But you also get length from your hair shedding, because your hair sheds, and like people with loose hair, their hair sheds into their comb or their brush, or it sheds, in the shower when they wash their hair. When you have locks, that's not the case, because your hair is intertwined, making each individual lock. So each individual lock might be randomly 40 strands of hair, 30, 40 strands of hair. I don't even know if that's true, but make a lock. So instead of that hair coming out, that hair is intertwined into the lock. So those of us who are going through postpartum shedding, and I'm so sorry about this glare, but I am, let me see if I do that. Does that help? No, that looks weird. Whatever. So those of us who are going through postpartum shedding with locks, when you shed your hair with locks, now the hair is thinning at the roots, which is making my locks thin. So eventually I'm going to start losing whole locks, which is going to look insane. So I already feel like I'm starting to look like Stevie Wonder, that is. So I don't know if you can see. But my edges are super thin. Super, super thin. You see that? It's stressing me out. And I'm trying not to think about it, but I can't help it, because every time I look in the mirror, this is what I see. And you can tell my hair is pretty long. It's longer in the back. And so I'm going to have Stevie in the front. Hell, my whole head's going to be Stevie, because Stevie was bald in the front and long in the back. Y'all, I'm going to have a lock mullet. I don't want that. But postpartum shedding comes from, it's your hormone imbalance. Your hormone, I don't want to say hormone imbalance, but it's because your hormones, I think, are regulating. So that's what causes this shedding to appear that it's rapidly occurring. But from what I understand is when you're pregnant, a lot of women report that they have like luxuriously thick hair. And that's because your hair is not shedding as much when you're pregnant because of the hormones. So now that your body doesn't have that overabundance of hormones from growing a human, your hair is catching up on that shedding. And I hope that I'm explaining this correctly, but that is why I believe I'm shedding the way I am. And it's just so hard to hide. If I had loose hair, I think it would be a little easier to disguise my baldness in the front, my thinning, sparse hairs. Y'all, this is horrible. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was natural family planning. So not that I'm at all trying to get pregnant, because I am not. I definitely want to have another baby, and I know Jimmy does as well, but no time soon. No time before we say I do. So after we say I do, I'm in there, but not before that. So like I said, I had my son Blake had my son Blake 5 months ago. So September 18th he was born. I have not had a cycle, of course, my entire pregnancy. So December 21st, 2018 was my last day, cycle day 1. And I still haven't had a period. It is now February 27th. You know, occasionally I feel like I am about to have a period. Like I'll get those period symptoms that I don't know if some of you get, you know, not cramping, but maybe like a couple sharp pains or anything, like something resembling that. Maybe a little bit of soreness, but a period never comes. But it does happen once a month. So I feel like that's when I'm supposed to have a cycle. Or I'm ovulating. One or the other. But what I can say is I sometimes still get egg white cervical mucus. And those of you who were pregnant, you know what that means. So I feel like I get egg white cervical mucus once a month. And this happened to me last week because right now I feel like period pains. So maybe it is ovulation. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, y'all, I don't know how long my periods are going to stay at bay. Hopefully they stay at bay as long as I breastfeed. So I exclusively breastfeed my son. Like I said, he's 5 months. My first goal was to make it to 6 months, but my milk production is definitely slowing down. You can say at the beginning of my breastfeeding journey, I was seriously underproducing. And I really want to say it's because my son came 2 weeks early. I went, as I said in previous videos, I went into I was going into preterm labor, so they thought at 34 weeks. They gave me the shots not to slow labor coming, but to promote lung growth for Blake in utero. So now, since he was born at 38 weeks, I feel like my milk production came in good at what would have been 40 weeks gestation. Because for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of Blake's life, I had to supplement. Let's say the first 3 weeks, because the first week of Blake's life, I did breastfeed him, and it was probably around week 2 that I felt like he wasn't getting enough milk. Let's say maybe halfway through week 1, because Blake had 2 doctor's appointments within the first 5 days of life. Let's say the first 7 days of life, because we were in the hospital for 2 days. He had 2 doctor's appointments. And by the time that second doctor's appointment came, the doctor told me that I need to supplement his milk. I need to supplement my breast milk with formula. So I did that for 2 weeks. And at the end of that 2 weeks, I went from producing maybe 2 ounces, maybe 3 ounces in a day, because he wasn't drinking a lot of milk. You know, a baby's stomach is like teeny tiny. So at the 3-week mark, which would have been 41 weeks gestation, my milk was overproducing. So like I said, I went from doing 1 to 2 ounces, maybe 3 ounces of production a day to, y'all, it's nuts. When I was producing the most milk at a time, I was producing probably 41 ounces a day. Now at 5 months, Blake is, I am horrible. Today Blake turns 24 weeks, 3 weeks, 23 weeks, yeah. He's 23 weeks today. I need to do our update picture. But he turned 23 weeks today, so Today I can say I produce just enough to make it through the day, which is about 29 ounces. So going from 40 ounces a day to 29 ounces, one is psychologically damaging because you feel like you are like just chasing the day. You're just chasing every day. And moms who exclusively nurse, because we all breastfeed, but moms who exclusively nurse, like only having their baby latch, their baby never gets a bottle, they'll never have this feeling because they're not seeing their output. They're not measuring and weighing and whatever, however they capture the volume that they're getting out of their breasts. They're not doing that. So they, in my opinion, they'll never have the feeling unless they'll just never have the feeling. But those of us who exclusively pump, we see the volume of the milk in the bottle, in the output bottle, before we make bottles for our babies or we make storage bags and throw them in the freezer. So going from 41 ounces a day to 28 to 30 ounces a day messes with me because I feel like from day to day, from pump to pump, feed to feed, I am just crunching the numbers in my head and trying to chase that 40 that I used to make. And at this point, I don't believe it's attainable because from what I've been told and what I've read, after a while your body regulates and you will start producing just what the baby needs. So let me back up and say I exclusively breastfeed. I let my son latch. He nurses from the breast, and as well as he gets bottles. So does he latch from the breast and get a bottle in the same feed? No. But there are days that I don't pump at all, and there are days that I don't nurse at all, and there's days that I do both. Most days I do both. Because from what I've learned, even though I still do it, if I were to just nurse and not pump, the next day, maybe the next 2 days, I'm gonna underproduce and I'm gonna have to go into my freezer stash because my body has adjusted to only what Blake needs. And you know, if I were to just only nurse, like for instance, today's Wednesday. So if on Monday I allowed Blake to only nurse from the breast, I did not pump one time, then on Tuesday my production's going to be low and I'm going to feel like I need to pull from my stash. And to be honest, I will pull from my stash because now I'm back on the pump and I'm not seeing what I'm accustomed to seeing because of the Monday I just allowed him to latch, to actually nurse from the breast. So on Wednesday, it's still low. So instead of having to grab 2 bags of milk from my freezer stash, I probably just have to grab 1, which in actuality, I probably don't have to grab any, but I grab it and I defrost it and use it because I want, in my head, I need to see that oversupply. And that is one of the detriments of a pumping mom, because you always want to feel like you need that extra. But in actuality, you don't need the extra. You just need enough to get through the day. If you have enough to get through the day, you're good. Your baby eats. He or she, he in my case, is nourished and he's good to go. But me, I know I like to see that oversupply. Even if that oversupply is just 1 bottle, I feel like I'm ahead of the game for the next day. Then I can slack and not pump as much because I know I have that extra feed. So another thing that happens when you are nursing, you're breastfeeding your baby is going to, as your baby gets older, he or she is going to drop feeds throughout the day. So Blake, at his highest amount of frequency of feeds a day, he was eating 9 9 bottles a day. Now we have about 7 bottles a day, but my body is still accustomed to 9 feeds or 9 pumps. Not 9 pumps, because I would only pump 5 times. At most, I would pump 5 times. On the least, I pump 3 times a day. But 4 pumps a day is my sweet spot. 4 pumps a day keeps me empty, and I don't ever feel engorged. I haven't truly been engorged, like hard breast engorged, in probably 2 months. I just don't get that full anymore. But natural family planning is where we started in this conversation, and I just went on down a rabbit hole. So natural family planning is, in essence, as long as you breastfeed, as long as you nurse your baby, that you will not have a cycle, which people believe, which I do not believe this to be true. So I'm not about to get caught up. But as long as you are nursing your baby, breastfeeding your baby, whether it be on the pump or having your baby latch from the breast, you will not get a cycle. And if you're not getting a cycle, you are not ovulating and you will not get pregnant. Hence, you are naturally planning your family. So as long as you are nursing, that next baby is not going to come because your body is supplying nourishment for the one baby. Once you become pregnant and you're nursing, from what I've heard, it's harder for your body to maintain that supply to feed another baby, because you're trying to nourish a baby in the belly and you're trying to nourish a baby through breastfeeding at the same time. Excuse me. And that's just a lot. So natural family planning is what we're doing right now. I mean, we definitely use protection. Ain't nobody trying to have no baby. No ma'am, no sir. Not right now. You know, people say that having twins is like such the blessing, and every baby's a blessing, every situation is great, but I couldn't imagine, y'all. I could not imagine having 2 babies at one time. I couldn't imagine. Blake is an amazing baby. When I tell you, he doesn't cry, he doesn't fuss. He's just like the sweetest baby. Very, very understanding. And I say understanding because he knows when mama needs a break. And he'll just take himself a nap and we're good. But if I had 2 babies, imagine if I had a calm baby like Blake and then I had a baby that was all about to turn up. What would I do with myself? There's no way that I'd be able to maintain sanity. But yeah, so anywho, like I was saying, natural family planning is kind of, I guess, what we're doing. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I keep up not having a cycle for the next few 6 months would be fabulous. So I can make it an entire year with no period. That would be fabulous. But sorry for that completely random, hodgepodge, rambling video. But like I said, I'm in the car, so I don't have any notes or anything. I'm just talking to you guys off the top of my head. But thanks for watching. I will be back with another video sometime soon.